Okay, it is March 10th at 9 a.m. and I'm not recording myself yet because, well, it'll make sense. I'm not even ready to go yet, but I'm in a cab, thank God, on my way to a specialist appointment that I have been trying to get into for a year that will solve a lot of my medical problems, hopefully. Very important. I don't want to really get personal as to what I have, but nonetheless, yeah, I said that on other days. I just want to say now, this video that's after the one that I shot of the bathrooms being disgusting, like so unsanitary, so filthy, that MRSA is, of course, going to be a breeding ground for MRSA, and so is the Hope Mission Shelter, and the other one that Hope Mission runs. And this is Karis Center that I'm been forced to try to live in, and because you can see it's the snow. It's too cold, and I'm too ill, and I'm too sick, and too incapacitated with my fractured arm and my back injury and all the signs of colorectal cancer, MRSA infection, really bad, and it could be in my system too. And no exaggeration, I've been hospitalized 3 times here in the past month, and so what I'm trying to get to the point here is, okay, so I shot a video of the bathrooms in the care center and how disgustingly filthy they were for at least 14 hours, and the staff just sit there. There's 4 or 5 of them, and they mainly just sit in their chairs and visit with each other and talk to each other. They don't do barely anything at all, like at all. It's really disgusting, and I'm trying to be discreet about videoing them because I don't want to be banned. I don't want to have to move. It's too complicated. I'd rather it's just where I'm staying there to sleep. I avoid it at all costs the rest of the time, and when I'm up, I'm busy getting shit done, and important shit that my life depends upon, and I'm in a hurry, and I'm pushing myself anyway. And I'll tell you, I don't even know where to start other than to say, okay, well, I had to get ready for this appointment this morning. It's extremely important. I didn't even get any sleep last night. I worked, and I have to put medical and legal and different files together, and I am sticking up for my rights, and I am recording them as much as I can and making calls to the appropriate authorities and managers and politicians and whatnot as I can. But it's really intense because I'm living it, and I'm obviously dealing with stuff that got me there. The video show at the beginning about how the landlord fucked me over and just desecrated my ability to not go through anymore. And all the videos that are after that one show the fallout, and this is some of the fallout. And the last place I ever wanted to go to was the care center. I've already been abused there, but that's where the surgeon hospital social worker discharged me to. And when I was saying I've already been abused there, I've got 38 witnesses, and I described what they did to me. They just look like they're artificial intelligence with no intelligence, and they don't give a fuck. There's all kinds of laws, human rights laws and charter, Bill of Rights, and Canadian Bill of Rights, and criminal laws and procedural laws and landlord and tenant laws and all kinds of laws. But at the end of the day, everybody has a policy to do fuck all, a policy of doing fuck all and making you pay for that and hurrying you the fuck up too. I'm not kidding you. For example, just sitting in the McDonald's last night waiting after I rushed all over the place and get a lot of shit done by myself. I paid for a drink, and I sat there for a little bit and tried to figure out how I'm going to get back because it was snowing and really cold, and I was loaded up with my walker and exhausted and in pain. and I wanted to use the bathroom, and I went in there, and I'm just sitting on the toilet, and the manager comes in within 5 minutes and tells me to hurry up because he's got to lock the bathroom up, really ignorantly, and there's no reason for that. And I have to explain, and I'm tired of fucking explaining what it's like to be sitting on a toilet attached to it all day and be having mush diarrhea come out of you, and you have to dig it out manually or it doesn't come, and feeling like you're giving birth to a football, and blood and mucus. Unreal, takes my breath away, you know. I can't help that, and that, you know what, people don't care. I'm gonna get a whiteboard and put something on it. I'm you know, everywhere I go that happens, and I'm sick as fuck. I couldn't be sicker. I've got all the signs of colorectal cancer. May not be that, but all the signs. Google it. Google it. Can you imagine? So anyway, I'm dealing with all this, and I don't make my problems somebody else's issues. I solve my own problems. I don't ask for help unless I absolutely need it, and I avoid the staff at all costs. But I had to get ready, and I had to figure out how to have a shower in shit. But I managed, and I tried to get them to clean it up. Nope, wait for the cleaners. And I'm like, oh, I have to get ready. So I figured it out. And I had a shower, a very rushed shower. But in the meantime, while I was having a shower, I asked the staff to kindly charge my cell phone behind the desk, which they will do for people because it was almost dead. And I knew that after I got out of the shower, I would have to ask the nurse there and plead and beg for a taxi voucher to get all the way from one end of the city to the other. And I cannot miss this appointment. I cannot. I've already missed it once for shit like this a year ago, and I've needed to have this appointment for a long time. I've really been suffering with boils and cysts that are really infected, that feel like there's acid in them, and it's ruining my skin, my scalp, and you know, it's all kinds of things going on. But I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm just saying it is really bad, and really, really bad. But I don't sit around and do crossword puzzles or have a finger up my ass or feel sorry for myself or even talk about this shit ever unless I'm recording it, because I'm tired of explaining the obvious to people who don't give a fuck. And I don't need people to give a fuck. I give a fuck. I just need people to leave me alone or not be evil pieces of shit. So anyway, I'm talking like this now because I'm explaining it, but I don't talk like this when I'm dealing with staff or other professionals at all. I'm calm and polite and eloquent, and I don't ever get hostile, and I'm not stupid. I'm playing my cards right. I am close to being a lawyer. I did work in the system, and I'm really, really good at what I'm doing. And don't take my word for it. The mayor of Red Deer knows who I am. You can ask any homeless people or the staff at the Grand Prairie shelter, any of the staff at the shelter in Red Deer, because I was in those two cities. Tons of RCMP officers, other lawyers, judges, all kinds of higher ups. I have cultivated some really good relationships, a lot of respect mostly. But, you know, at the end of the day, literally, I have to have somewhere to go because a piece of shit landlord who I proven by now I did nothing wrong and said nothing wrong. So here I am, and it's just one thing after the next. Every single day they invent a problem for me that is epically stressful for anyone, especially me, when I'm trying so hard and I'm in a rush at any given time to go somewhere and get something done. Limited time. I don't have enough time or energy, and time is running out. You know, I'm deathly ill. I have almost died twice in the past 4 years. Literally. If I wasn't found unconscious, I'd be dead. And that turned out to be needing emergency kidney surgery, which took me 2 years to get, and coming back to Edmonton to get it, because as a homeless person, I would triage in like I was told to, and I would get discharged by peace officers. Yeah. Just didn't matter. Anyway, so to get back to this, I gave my phone to the staff members while I was having a shower to charge it up. because it's really important that that I have the ability to have a cell phone. I mean, without my cell phone, I'm screwed. I've got all kinds of things going on, and emergencies after emergencies. You never know what's going to happen. I have to be able to make calls and know what time it is, and figure out what to do. Without a phone, you're screwed, because nobody will let you use their phone. No businesses, no other citizens, nobody will let you use their phone. One of my videos showed me in distress about just trying to use the Wi-Fi at the Royal Alex Hospital to call 211 to get emergency transportation to somewhere else other than where I was at the Royal Alex and in a dumpster. And I couldn't even get that done. It took me, without a phone, hours and hours and hours and hours, and freezing cold and wasting time and energy and agonizing pain. So I have to have my phone charged up. Really important. You can't even charge your phone up anywhere. Nobody will let you do that either, unless you have money. And at that, most places don't have a place for you to do that. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so that made sense. I'm trying to be efficient. I'm being polite and everything. Well, I'm done my shower, and I gotta really think, okay, I need this, I need to go do this, and follow the rules. And I go back to get my phone because I needed to take it to the nurse's office to show her the appointments that I have on my phone, so that she could possibly, write me a taxi voucher. And that was really important to prove that. They're not just going to write you a taxi voucher. I needed my phone to do that. And if she said no, then I needed my phone to call 211 or whatever to get there. I cannot miss this appointment. My doctor would just, I wouldn't have a family doctor anymore. He's understanding now because of me, just really getting in there no matter what, and seeing him. I always have tried, but just for the few visits I've had, because he's a new family doctor for me. My old one left the country, and I don't blame him. Really excellent doctor, and he's starting to understand what I'm going through, and it has nothing to do with a mental illness or drug addiction or anything inherently wrong with my decision making. What I'm saying is fact. What I say, I have proof for and evidence. I can't video and record every single thing that happens. 50% of it is the really epically the worst possible things. I can't record because I don't have my phone with me, or I'm trying to run away from a peace officer trying to arrest me for stealing a roll of toilet paper. And just comply because, oh my God, you don't want to deal with a peace officer or a security guard. Holy power trippers. I used to be a prison guard, a correctional services officer. I went to Grant McEwen. I worked as a security guard, a prison guard at the Edmonton Maximum Security Federal Penitentiary for men in segregation. If you treated one of those psychopath serial killers like staff do at the homeless shelters, you would be fired so quickly and beat the fuck out of at the same time, and you would never get a job again in the system, and you would lose your home, and you would end up homeless too. I worked as a probation officer and a caseworker for men on parole, and you do not treat another human being inhumane like that when you have the responsibility to have their lives in your hands. But these staff members at the homeless shelters don't have, not all of them, the mustard seed out here is pretty good, but 90% of them do not have any education or training or ethics. And the ones that do, the teams are stacked and they're beholden to the rest of the pack. And, they signed up for doing something good and helping people, but they lose their jobs And there's very corrupt managers in the homeless shelter system, and the systemic abuse has become so normalized that the homeless people think it's normal to live like that, and it's not. They come to me and, you know, call me mom and cry and whatever, and I help them. But nonetheless, I don't have time for that anymore right now. I mean, I love my homies, but I'm pissed. I'm sick of this, and I'm just picking my battles well, and I'm very close with the two support people that I do have, my son and this wonderful lady, Miss Kelly. I'm golden, and God, Jesus are blessing me huge with miracles. So I just have to make sure that I'm doing what God wants me to do, and that's record and be there, because there's no other reason why this is happening to me other than this is my purpose. I've known that for a long time, and I'm really good at it. But I wanted to run away and hide in the trees already. But no, I had to start recording things. I had to really, really stay strong to record things, and then go back and look at the videos and give context and descriptions. And this is a lot of work, because I have 100 other things that I'm doing at any given time to deal with legal problems and hold others accountable legally, and social problems, the housing issues. I'm not going to be beholden to some other piece of shit, shady landlord or some degenerate fucktards. I've had a good life before this. I've always been able to pick a nice place and live where I want to go. And I know where I want to be, and I'm not going to say where it is, but not in Edmonton, but really close to my son. And that's it. That there. So anyway, I go back to get my phone, and there's 4 of them sitting in the chair, and I just said, "Can I please have my phone? I'm in a hurry. I got a specialist appointment, and can I please have my phone?" Nope. They wouldn't give me my fucking phone. Fuck, they sat there for 5 minutes instead of getting it and walking over, which would have taken literally 5 seconds to give me my phone so that I could show the nurse, so that I could get a taxi voucher, or if she said no, then try to make some other calls and get out of there one way or the other. They would not. They just all looked down and away, and nope, like they always do. Like they hate me. Like there's hate in my existence. You know why? Because they're evil. They're notorious. Hope Mission staff. And again, I was polite and nice and everything. And I wasn't talking like this. Don't get me wrong. You can hear me when I'm talking. And to staff, I don't do or say anything wrong, and they wouldn't. And they shut the shutter on me and said, "Come back in a half an hour." So then I go to the nurse, and the nurse is giving me a hard time and not wanting to give me the taxi voucher and giving me a hard time. And then the other one comes in, and they're just giving me a hard time. And I just wanted to get out of there so bad. I hate it there, and biting my tongue. I got the voucher. Now I'm almost at the specialist appointment. And, yeah. So it's really disgusting, filthy, unsanitary in every way. And every day there's some problem invented for me that I don't have before. I'm never going to give them my phone to charge again. Every time I give them just a little tiny bit of trust to do something, to ask for anything, it's just an opportunity for them to outright abuse me. Just evil. And who needs that? Can you imagine? You can't imagine. So every day I have to deal with this if I'm there. And before that, it was forcing me to stay out all night from midnight till 5 a.m. Which is a video before this, and I'll give context for. I think I will have given context by then for no reason, and I'm admitting that. All of a sudden changing it up and not allowing me to have my celiac friendly food out of my bin when that was always fine, and that was upper management. And everybody else gets sandwiches at any given time that they want to have a snack. Nope, I don't get to get the food out of my bin. And I can't eat until the end of the night because I'm going hard all day, getting shit done, and food comes right out of me, but I am starving and I have to eat. So, no, yeah, so starving, exhausted, kept up awake, all kinds of problems, and no help whatsoever, and just not that I expect any help from them, but just really, just if I ask for anything, the slightest thing, and I don't ask unless I desperately need to, they will sit there and walk away and ignore me for the longest time. So here I am. Yep. Yeah, there you go.